Hey everybody, I'm Evan.
And I'm Grayson.
And today we are going to be counting down our top 10 easiest or lightest games in our collection.
Yep.
But first of all, I have a question for you.
What?
What is a light game?
Like,
What does that mean to you?
I guess the lightest game would be like tic-tac-toe. like an easy game. Like,
Yeah.
a game that's not difficult to understand.
Right, like very little rules, very easy to play.
Yeah.
So we will be going by the board game Geek weight levels, where light is a 1 and heavy is a 5. So it's somewhere between 1 and 5.
All right, yeah.
These are all things that are voted on by the users. So there's not really like a hard rule for this. It's basically all user like what board game Geek users think.
Yeah.
So to that, we had a lot of ones in our collection.
Yeah.
So
It's just like one person put on
Yes.
this very weird specific game that we have.
yes. So as a stipulation, what I did is I had to go through our list and find games that at least 100 people voted the weight on.
Yeah.
So that way it wasn't just all a bunch of ones that were, like only a couple of people voted on.
Yeah.
Okay, so so it'll go from 10 being the heaviest game, heaviest of our light games, all the way down to our lightest of light games.
Yeah.
Okay. And since these are ones that a lot of people have voted on, they're probably ones that a lot of people have heard of, but maybe not. We'll see. Okay, are you ready to get started?
Yep.
Okay, so our number 10 has a weight of 1.17.
That's still pretty low.
I know. But you know what? We like light games. So,
That's true.
that's fine.
It is nice.
I like light games. Anyway, the number 10 at 1.17 is Silver and Gold.
Yeah, okay, I see it. It's very simple, yes. I'm definitely not the great. It's definitely difficult to do very well at it, but
But it's an easy game in the fact that...
it is very easy to play and
Yes,
learn.
you choose a shape, color in that shape on a card.
And you get stuff.
When that card's complete, move on to the next one.
Yeah,
Right?
pretty much.
Draft a new one or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's a fun game though, right?
It is fun.
We play that a lot. Okay. Oh, you tired there? All right. So our number 9 is at 1.15.
So, not that much of a drop
Yeah,
off.
you're gonna notice a pattern here, and that is Point Salad.
It's another common, easy game.
Yep. So specifically, we have the Eevee Point Salad, which is
True.
the Pokemon themed one, but we have also played the normal Point Salad.
Yeah, normal point salad. Because what's Eevee point salad ranked? Is it different?
No, it's the same because it's the
yeah,
exact same game, just with different art.
Technically, it's
There's one minor,
slightly different.
yeah. There's one minor little one card difference or whatever.
Actually,
But
I think there's 2 of that
Okay.
card,
but on Board Game Geek, they're categorized as the exact same game.
even though they're technically not.
So basically, yeah. What do you do in Point Salad?
You take cards,
Yeah.
you get points.
That was a great description. Yeah, basically that's it. So, but then you can also draft scoring cards too.
Yeah.
Or like vegetable cards or Pokemon cards in our case. And it plays really quickly and it's really fun, right? Okay. So our number 8 is ranked at a 1.13.
Another like 0.02 drop off.
And that is, No Thanks.
Okay, another very common, simple game.
Yeah, right. So what do you do in that game?
You say no thanks because the number is too high.
Yeah, you don't want to get points. So you want to not take cards.
Yes.
And you put these chips on these cards to say no thanks, but then those chips are actually worth points at the end of the game.
No, there
Right?
were negative points.
Well, yeah, right, negative points. So, right, so you don't want to get points, but sometimes, if a lot of people have said no thanks a bunch of times, it gets kind of
Yeah.
tempting to take those cards.
Or you just run out of chips and are forced to take them.
Yeah, that's always fun. But so and then of course when you get runs of cards, only the lowest one scores.
Yeah, so that's like... So, like, you can sometimes juice people, so, like, you get more from one person.
Right, if you know other people don't want to take the cards and it
Yeah.
works for you, you can let it go around a couple times, and I love doing that. All right, so our number 7 is ranked 1.11.
Another
I know.
0.02 drop off.
I know, I said you're going to see a pattern here, and that is Micro Macro Crime City.
Really?
Yeah, right? Yeah,
That's
okay.
honestly surprising. I mean, I get it. It's a very simple game, but it can be difficult.
I mean, as far as components, it's a big map and some cards with questions on it, right?
Yeah, it's very simple, I guess,
Yeah.
but it's definitely can be difficult.
It can be, but, if all you're doing is just looking at a big map and looking for stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of rules. Are you okay over there?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Yeah, so that's our number 7, Micro Macro, Crime City. So then our number 6 is ranked 1.08.
That's actually not a 2 drop off.
No,
it's
it's
a
a point.
0.03 drop
Yep.
off.
And that is the mind.
Really? I mean, I get it. You're just literally placing cards.
Yeah,
but
all you're
again,
doing-
it can be difficult.
It can be, but again, it's
You're technically just putting cards down.
right. There's not a lot of rules, and anyone can technically play it, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about the mind?
We're bad at it.
Yeah, I
that's
don't
for
know.
sure.
It's a fine enough game.
Yeah.
Play once in a while. It's not something I'm super passionate about, but
Yeah,
we do own a copy,
we do.
and all you're trying to do is put
Place-
cards in order without saying
Which is
anything.
very simple. It's just can be very difficult.
Yeah, it is what it is. All right. So our number 5 is 1.07.
So only 0.01 drop
This
off.
this is kind of a weird one. This is timeline general interest, or I think technically timeline diversity. I think we have it. We bought it under one of those names. It has changed at some point.
Hold on.
So that's one of the small timeline boxes.
Really? Okay.
So because we had a bunch of them. We had probably like 5 or 6
The
of them.
main one we play is Timeline Challenge.
Correct. So that was what I was gonna say. We have since moved all of our timeline cards into
So
the
that's
timeline
why.
challenge box and shuffled them all together.
Yeah.
Because we have a bunch of individual sets that we keep in the timeline challenge box.
Because Timeline Challenge is much more fun.
I don't think we play just normal timeline. We have not played that in a long time.
Well, technically, you play normal timeline in Timeline Challenge.
As part of a mini game, yes, that's true.
So,
But we've never just busted out one set and just played timeline.
yeah.
Yeah, but timeline challenge is really fun. I don't
It
know.
is.
I don't know where that is on here. It might not have enough ranking, but for some reason the timeline general interest box
Specifically
I know,
that one.
I know. There were other ones on the list that didn't have as many rankings. This one had enough rankings for some reason.
That's so weird.
So they were kind of bouncing all around there, but for whatever reason that one had more ratings.
Who knows?
Okay, so our number 4 is ranked 1.05. And that is Ice Cool.
Okay, yeah, you're literally flicking penguins.
Yeah, well, that's fun, right? I mean, we haven't played that in a number of years.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, you're just flicking. It's a flicking game where you're flicking penguins through a little.
Is Ice
Through
Cool
doorways.
2 just is marked as the same game? On
I don't think it
Board
is.
GG?
I don't know. I don't think it is. I think it's marked separately. I did not see it on this list. Either it's somehow ranked higher or not enough people rated it.
Because I'm pretty sure it's literally just the same game.
But I mean, maybe it is classified as the same thing on Board Game Geek. I don't
Because
know.
I'm pretty sure it's the same game.
The layouts of the boards are they different or are they the same?
I think they're different.
Yeah, so
but
maybe it's technically a different game because you can combine them into a mega
you can
game.
combine them. Yeah,
And I know you have done
Yes.
done that in the past, like a huge game that takes up the whole table. It's fun though.
it is. It is fun.
Not something that hits the table very often these days
No.
though. Okay, so our number 3 is ranked 1.04.
So we're getting really down there.
Yup. And this is Just One.
That's a simple game. A very common, simple, easy
Yep.
game.
Yep. There were a lot of like party type games in this section. This is probably the most party of all these party games.
Yeah,
that are
because
on
party
here.
games are pretty simple.
They're designed to
every
be
time.
easy to play, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Just One, basically you're trying to get someone to guess a word by writing just one word on this little placard thing.
But you don't want to be the same as everyone else.
Yep.
Or else.
It gets erased.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super simple and it is super fun. We've played this a lot over the
Yeah,
years.
that is true.
And you can play, with a lot of people too. If you don't even need another set of the game, you just give them a piece of paper and write, or they can write it on there. We've done that,
This is true.
or a dry erase board or whatever. Yeah, Just One. So our number 2 is ranked 1.02,
Dang.
and that is Rhino Hero.
Have I ever played that?
You've played Rhino Hero.
I don't.
You had to have. Yes, because that's not Super Battle. Super Battle was also in this area, but it didn't have as many rankings as Rhino Hero did.
But I also don't think I've played Super Battle ever.
The Super Battle's the big one.
Yeah.
Rhino Hero is the smaller box one that we've actually have put into our Super Battle box because you can combine them technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've played Super Battle, like, ever.
I swear you have. I swear you've played both of these at some point. You've
think
definitely played Rhino Hero though. Yes.
Okay, maybe. It's been a while.
It has been a while. This is one that we used to play frequently with other people, but it has not played in a while. It's basically you're just folding cards and stacking them up.
Yep.
And moving a Rhino up there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's a really fun dexterity stacking game. It works really well.
It is very simple. So
I've mostly played it with adults, I think.
This is true.
All right. That was our number 2. So our number 1 is ranked a 1.0, the lowest possible rating.
Yeah, that is the lowest.
And that game is called Loop and Chewy.
Of course.
So
you literally are hitting a thing on the thing.
Yeah, so then Chewbacca's like flying around.
You
and
just hit it on a certain time and then hope that it works.
Yeah, try to knock him into the other people. Like
That's an easy one.
Yeah, like it requires very little skill.
I mean,
very little effort, very little. There's
very little effort. Yeah,
Yeah.
very little brain power.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that's our number. That's our lightest game in our collection. And to be honest with you, I'm not even sure where that game is at the moment because that's another one we haven't played in quite a long time.
It could be in the bench.
It probably is in the bench over there. Yeah. So what do you think of that list for lightest games in our collection?
Yeah, a lot of them are just like common, easy games that you see a lot. Party games,
Yep.
kind of.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that covers it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Next time we are sure to do a heaviest games in our collection. Maybe not next time, but coming soon.
Yeah.
And also wanted to say thank you to Ryan and Bethany for inspiring this list, because we are basically now a Ryan and Bethany ripoff. Inspiration channel, right? Because we just whatever they do, we just do. But so thank you to them. Go check out their channel, and we'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Oh god, I'm gonna vomit now.
Good, it'll be on camera. That'll be the after credit sequence.
That'd be terrible.